The silence here is heavy, broken only by the rhythmic thrum of the engine. The scenery is majestic, the deep arterial reds of the canyon rocks rising thousands of feet into the sky, bleached pale by the sun. For the man behind the visor, the beauty is becoming a blur. The thermometer has been pinned at 115 degrees Fahrenheit or 46 C for the last 3 hours.
Whoa, I don't know how much more of this I can take.
And the air hitting him feels less like a breeze and more like a blast from an open kiln. Inside the helmet, the air is stagnant and stale. His breath is becoming more and more forced, his tongue dry, glued to the roof of his parched mouth. Every mile of the shimmering asphalt is a lesson in atmospheric theft. The desert is quite literally drinking him dry, pulling moisture through his pores and evaporating it before a single bead of sweat can begin to form. The massive pale cliffs are glowing with a brilliant intensity, but his focus isn't on the sights. It's on the biological clock ticking in his veins. At this heat, the line between a legendary tour and a medical emergency is measured in ounces of water and the desperate search for relief. He is riding through one of the most beautiful places on the planet, but right now, he is just trying to survive it. This scenario isn't just a dramatization. It's the reality for anyone touring in high temperatures in midsummer. When you're out there, personal hydration becomes a serious concern. I often struggle to get enough water, especially when I'm dealing with the triple threat: extreme temperatures at high elevation and bone-dry conditions. Now, the old adage, if you're thirsty, you're already dehydrated, is actually still up for debate among medical experts. But one thing is certain: thirst is far from being the only signal that you need to hydrate. By the time you feel that cotton mouth, your cognitive functions are already slipping. Research suggests that riding when you're just 1% dehydrated can lead to dangerous behaviors behind the bars. Things like lane drifting and late braking. Motorcycling is already a dangerous business. When you compound that with psychological diminishment, it leads to serious consequences. When you don't supply your body with enough fluids, you reduce functioning in every system: cells, tissues, and organs. So how do we fight back against the atmospheric theft of the heat? Today, I'm going to walk you through the specific gear and tricks I use to stay sharp and hydrated while I'm cruising on those long, hot rides. Welcome along for another Hangout, everyone. In our Hangouts, we discuss stories from the saddle, motorcycling experiences, and biker-related topics.
Let's get to it.
If you're part of the 94% that are new to the channel, welcome. I would like to thank returning viewers, especially channel subscribers. Thank you for your support. It really helps. Riding a motorcycle is inherently dangerous, and riders are also exposed to the elements and environment. Riders must consider personal hydration management as a priority. First, let's talk about delivery. If you have to stop to drink, you won't drink enough. Some riders swear by their Krieg Hydro 3 reservoir because it's rugged and fits under a mesh jacket or over a jacket if you prefer. Having a bite valve right in your chin bar makes micro-sipping effortless. Now, I want to talk to you about a specific piece of gear I have in my kit that's a total game changer for those hot, dusty runs. The Thirsty Rock Hydration Tank Bag. Not a sponsor yet. Most of us are used to the standard hydration pack. They work, but not on a long, hot tour. Having that extra weight on your shoulders can actually increase fatigue and trap heat against your back. The Thirsty Rock team took a different approach by moving the water off your back and directly onto the bike. It isn't just a bag, it's a mobile cooler. It uses a patented dual thermal lining that deflects 97% of radiant heat. In triple-digit temperatures, it can keep nearly a gallon, specifically 3.2 liters, of ice water cold for up to 8 hours. One of the sketchiest parts of hydrating while riding is fumbling for a loose hose. The Thirsty Rock features a retractable hydration hose on a reel. you grab the bright blue connector grip, which is easy to spot in your peripheral vision. Take your sip and let it go. The reel pulls the hose back safely out of the way, and it doesn't flap in the wind or get tangled. Whether you've got a steel tank or a plastic fairing, it's got you covered. It uses a magnetic system for metal tanks.
And I'm going to mount this just like this. And these magnets are going to hold just fine. I have no problem with that.
And a series of D-rings and straps for everything else. Plus, if you decide to go on a hike, once you reach the canyon trailheads, it comes with shoulder straps to convert into a backpack.
Super, super, super easy to put on these D-rings. So you just slide them right there. I'm going to do the same with this one.
The real magic here is real-time hydration, because water is right there at your fingertips and stays ice cold. You're more likely to make those small, frequent sips and keep your core temperature down and your brain sharp. It turns a survival situation back into a scenic tour. While we're on the subject of gear, I want to share a writer's hack that is as old school as it is effective. Sometimes the best solution isn't the most high-tech. It's the most versatile. I'm talking about the single-walled stainless steel water bottle. Now, notice I said single-walled, not vacuum insulated. Here's the strategy. When you use a non-insulated stainless bottle, the metal acts as a perfect thermal conductor. I fill mine with ice and a little bit of water to the top and slide it into an insulated soft shell bag or padded liner inside my pannier. Because there's no vacuum seal to trap cold inside the bottle, the stainless steel radiates that freezing temperature outward. Now, if you know physics, you know it isn't radiating cold out, it's drawing heat in. It essentially turns your water bottle into a giant ice pack to keep your packed perishables cold. If you're carrying snacks, a separate electrolyte drink, or even a cooling vest, keeping them pressed against that cold steel keeps the entire contents of your bag chilled for hours, even when the scorching sun is trying to bake your bike. When you stop at the gas station to refill, you can pour your room temperature water into that stainless steel bottle, and if you've still got ice in there, the metal chills the liquid almost instantly. It's a faster heat exchange than plastic, giving you that crisp, refreshing hit of cold water exactly when your core temperature is peaking. A valuable benefit of a single-walled stainless steel bottle is its potential use in emergency situations. If treated water sources become unavailable and you need access to water from a natural source, like a stream, a stainless steel bottle can be used to purify the water. Unlike plastic bottles or double-walled insulated bottles, which are not safe to heat, a single-walled stainless steel bottle can be heated safely. If you need to purify water from that untreated source, the stainless steel bottle allows you to boil the water, which can kill bacteria and pathogens. This can be done by building a fire, using a camp stove, or other safe heating methods. Having a single-walled stainless steel bottle offers both comfort for daily hydration and a practical option for addressing water sanitation in an unexpected situation. It's about being prepared for various circumstances. You never know what you might encounter. If you like this sort of thing and would like to support the channel, the best way to do that right now is to click the subscribe button. Water alone isn't enough when you're sweating in high temperatures. You need to maintain your electrolyte balance to avoid cramping and brain fog. I use liquid IV packs or salt stick caps because they replace the sodium and potassium that plain water lacks. It seems crazy to wear long sleeves in ultra hot weather, but out there, covering up is keeping cool. Exposed skin dries out almost instantly in the wind, making it hard for your body to manage its own hydration. Long sleeves reflect the sun's direct radiant heat and prevent sunburn, which can actually raise your core temperature. Use synthetic moisture-wicking base layers like the Alpine Stars Ride Tech or Climb Aggressor. These fabrics pull sweat away from your skin to a larger surface area where it can evaporate more efficiently, aiding your body's natural cooling. Now that we've covered clothing, hydration, and gear, let's talk about the science of staying cool. When you're riding through the desert in the heat, you are essentially a human water wick. To stay comfortable and alert, you have to master evaporative cooling. So let's talk about active external cooling and the physics of the swamp cooler. Evaporative cooling works because water requires heat energy to change state from a liquid to a vapor. When water evaporates off your body, it steals that heat from your skin, effectively lowering your temperature. In low humidity environments like the desert Mountain West, this process is incredibly powerful. Before I leave a gas station, I soak my neck gaiter or bandana in ice water. That evaporation creates a localized cooling zone around my carotid arteries, which helps keep my core temperature down so I'm not losing as much fluid to begin with. I will also soak my shirt sleeves or my entire shirt, maybe my vest and helmet liner, and in extreme cases, my trousers. I have found that getting my gloves and boots wet just makes me uncomfortable. Same thing goes for my trousers in the seat area. Don't do it. Hot weather doesn't care about your itinerary. It only cares about the physics of heat. Respect the climate, and you get to enjoy the views. Ignore it, and you may be taking a very expensive, unplanned helicopter ride. What tips or tricks do you use to stay cool, hydrated, and alert under the scorching sun? Drop a comment and share your wisdom on how to turn baking into basking. Heat is at one end of the spectrum, but what about the other? Freezing cold can ruin a ride faster than a patch of black ice in a blind hairpin turn. Ready to defy winter and keep your motorcycle roaring all year long? Get ready for your ultimate guide to staying safe and warm on two wheels, even when the temperatures drop. Discover essential tips on dressing for success with crucial layering techniques and waterproof gear. Must-have winter riding kit like heated grips, electric gloves, and communication systems. Adapting your riding techniques for tricky winter conditions, including tire traction and modifications to following distances. Winter motorcycle maintenance to protect your bike from the elements. Don't let the cold stop your passion. If you would like to learn how to embrace the adventure and conquer the cold, stick around and hang out a while longer by clicking this video. If you'd rather get out there on the road, this video is for you. I would really like to hear your ideas for Hangout topics and enjoy your questions or comments. I'll see you out on the road, and we'll see you next time.